Averail Access is a powerful and intuitive mobile solution that gives your field teams the ability to access, manage, and share business documents without sacrificing enterprise security and control. The Averail Access Administration Console is an easy-to-use web-based portal that allows content administrators and IT personnel to set up, deploy, and manage the Averail Access app for mobile use. Policies are the command and control center for Averail Access. The Policies section is where you administer and set up user and group permissions for content in your corporate storage repositories. You also use policies to determine if and when content can be stored on a mobile device, opened in applications other than Averail Access, and even to set automatic expiration dates for specific content. Click on Policies to enter the Policy Administration page, and you'll see a list of the policies that have already been set up. Averail Access comes with a default customer policy that you can use as is, modify, or you can create your own policies. To create a new policy, click on Manage, then Add Policy. There are a number of policy types you can create: Group, Device, and Document. We'll create a new group policy for human resources personnel, so click on Add a Group Policy and follow the prompts to name and describe the new policy. Now that the new policy is created, click on it to customize the newly created HR team policy. Notice there are a number of tabs across the top with a variety of policy attributes you can modify. This speaks to the fine-grained control Averail Access provides to content administrators and IT personnel, all the way down to the document level. You can see that many of the fields are pre-populated with default values. These can be left as is or changed based on your specific corporate policies. Let's look at each of the tabs one at a time and see the real power of Averail Access Policy Administration. The Configuration tab allows you to control many of the global settings for favorites and the My Access folder, which resides on the end user's device. These include storage limits, file size limits, and a variety of other settings. Remember, all the fields are pre-populated with default values that can easily be changed. For example, you can set up how frequently the favorites or published files are updated on the device. The default is 12 hours, so every 12 hours the files that are in the favorite folder on the user's device are automatically updated. When you are finished, click the Apply button and your changes to the configuration page are saved. The Documents tab allows you the ultimate in control over the documents and files mobile users can access with Averail Access. Let's say you don't want this team to be able to save documents to their mobile devices. Under Documents, find the Allow Favorites on Device selection and uncheck the box. Perhaps you also want to prevent this group from opening documents outside the Averail Access application. On this same tab, find the selection called Allow Open In on Device and uncheck the box. You can also control the applications in which documents can be opened outside of Averail Access. Under Allow Open In on Device, you can see allowed apps. Click on Enable Whitelist and edit. A window opens, and you can then designate which apps can be used to read and edit files outside of Averail Access. Another powerful feature of Averail Access is the ability to set expiration dates for documents that have been saved as favorites on the mobile device. The default expiration is 15 days, but this can easily be increased or decreased as you see here. The Encryption tab allows you to encrypt all of the files and documents accessed via the application. This includes encryption of data stored temporarily or saved permanently to the mobile device itself. The Security tab has a couple of options, but the most important is the ability to require the user to enter a passcode each time he or she wants to use Averail Access. The Session tab lets you define how long an Averail Access session is allowed to continue without activity before it times out. The Storage Repositories tab lets you define the data stores to which users have access, including cloud storage, such as Box, Ignite, Alfresco, or Dropbox. Also storage behind the firewall, such as shared network drives and Microsoft SharePoint. To disable access to any of these, simply uncheck the appropriate box. Once you have finished defining a policy, you'll want to apply it to individual users, groups of users, or according to Active Directory groups. To do this, click on Users and Groups, find the user to which you would like to apply the new policy, then click on Policy and select from the pull-down list. Click on Select Policy to apply the policy to this user. Rein in content chaos with one app for all content, Averail Access. To find out more or to request a free trial, visit www.averail.com.